Hey everyone. So I was just sitting down to do this post, and I realized, most of the other ones on the other days that I've done this, I've sort of had an idea of what I wanted to do in advance, and today I really didn't. I kind of came to the camera going, I don't know what I'm going to say today. But one thing flashed through my awareness that came up for me this morning while I was doing my Qigong practice, actually, and I was thinking about, one of the things that I've observed through that practice and through meditation, both of them have kind of equally taught me this, is that something that's in pain in my body or in my psyche or, in any portion of my awareness, sitting with it and just feeling it is healing it somehow. Feeling it is healing it. And I've just found that to be true over and over and over. I mean, I have had recently the experience of sitting in meditation for, longer periods of time, 90 minutes, 2 hours. And I have a left knee issue. I had surgery when I was younger, and so that knee was getting really stiff in meditation. And I would just notice how even after sitting for 2 hours, it would be crazy stiff, but I'd get up and stretch it out and move around. And day by day, that started to go away. And in a weird way, you might have thought like sitting cross-legged, that wouldn't be good for a knee that's hurt. But I've found the exact opposite to be true. I mean, I'm not sitting on it in a weird position. I'm sitting on it in an aligned position, but it's folded, and it gets this stiffness and it draws my awareness. And so it means that I spend a lot of time there in my awareness. It's almost like the pain is there to bring my awareness there to then heal it. And I've just found that to be true over and over and over again. That's also a principle that I use in Qigong all the time, where we'll do a pose, sometimes the more static poses this becomes a little more clear in the static poses than the moving poses, the moving movements. But I have found that, you'll be standing and stiffness will arise, and, in Qigong, it's never the case that the practice is causing the stiffness. It's always the case that the practice is just revealing tension that's there, and you're getting a chance to feel it through the practice. And just by sitting there and resting in it, letting it be there, not even really trying to unravel it, although sometimes I do, sometimes I'll kind of like shift or try and shake it out a little bit or whatever. But that's almost more for me. That's almost more to just like dose the level of intensity for myself a little bit. What's really doing the work is just being still and feeling into the area. And, so that idea came up strong for me this morning. And I think that it, again, like all these principles, it applies on multiple levels. It applies on the level of psychology, things we don't like in ourselves, things that we don't like about ourselves. Feeling into them is really the only way to solve them, to actually heal them, because usually there's information behind that pain. It's usually not that just the pain is there, and the pain is there to feel so that you can feel pain because something's wrong and you need to get rid of the pain. The pain is always there as the first layer of contact with something that's not fully in awareness, and then through sinking in and letting awareness kind of settle and not resisting the pain, that's how we find our way into the information that's below. And I think in a time like this where we're going through, and we've gone through a massive global illness, we're still in it, and we are beginning, I think, a global healing, and that is going to be a process that takes a long time. And I think that's why this is coming up as relevant for me today. I really didn't know that this is where I was going to go, but I think that what it feels like to me is there's a way in which we can engage with our pain where we know that it's our friend, we know that it's on our side, it's working on our behalf, it's helping us, which allows us to not only move through the pain faster, but also gain the actual wisdom and the actual content, gain the information that is trying to come into us through this pain. And that's something that again, my Qigong practice, my meditation practice, and now more and more in my normal life, in my everyday life, in the way that I engage with my own issues and relationships and everything. I'm bringing that into play more and more. And I think just putting it out there, you know, for your consideration, because I think there's just an abundance of opportunities to hold that space for ourselves, for other people right now in the world. So I really appreciate you all for watching these. Thanks so much. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow.